I didn't realize someone had followed me until I saw the same boots standing in my doorway hours after I left the crowd. I was 25 when this happened. It was my first big music festival, the kind people hype up for months like it's some life-changing experience. My friend Nadia and I had been planning it forever, saving money, counting down the days like kids waiting for summer break. When we finally got there, it felt unreal. Lights everywhere, music vibrating through your chest, thousands of people moving like one giant organism. It didn't feel like real life anymore. The first 2 days were perfect, loud, chaotic, exhausting in the best way. We barely slept, lived off overpriced food and adrenaline, and somehow kept going. By the last day, we were completely drained, but neither of us wanted it to end. That's when we made the mistake. Nadia had brought something with her, said it would make the last night hit different. I'd tried it once before, nothing crazy, so I didn't think much of it. We took it in the afternoon, just before heading into the biggest crowd of the weekend. At first, nothing happened. We even joked that it was fake. But then, it hit. Everything sharpened. The lights looked brighter, the music deeper, like it was inside my head instead of around me. For a while, it felt amazing. But that didn't last. I started noticing him. At first, it was nothing, just a guy in the crowd. Dark clothes, boots, standing out in a sea of neon and glitter. But then I saw him again, and again, and again. Every time I turned my head, he was there. Not close enough to talk, not far enough to ignore, just watching. I told Nadia, half laughing, trying not to sound paranoid. She brushed it off instantly, said I was just overthinking because of the high, and I tried to believe her. But that wasn't even the worst part. The feeling in my chest started changing. What had been warm and exciting turned into something tight, restless. My heart felt too fast, my thoughts wouldn't settle, and no matter where we moved, I couldn't shake the feeling that he was tracking us. Then suddenly he was right next to me. I didn't even see him approach. One second he was somewhere in the distance, the next he was at my side, smiling like we knew each other, saying something I couldn't fully hear over the music. Compliments, questions. Too close. I gave short answers, trying to stay polite, trying not to escalate anything. I reached for Nadia. She was gone. That's when everything dropped. I spun around, scanning faces, trying to find her, but the crowd swallowed everything. My chest tightened harder, panic rising fast, and he noticed. He leaned in again, offering to help me find her. Something about the way he said it made my stomach twist. Too eager, too interested. I told him no and pushed my way out of the crowd. I didn't look back, but I could feel it, that pressure like eyes on my back the entire time. It took me almost 20 minutes to find Nadia again. By then, I was shaking. The high had turned completely wrong. My vision felt unstable, like everything was moving even when it wasn't. We left early. The walk back felt endless. Every noise was too loud. Every person brushing past me felt like a threat. I kept expecting to see him again, but I didn't. And I thought that meant it was over. I was wrong. Back at the rental, I collapsed into bed without even changing. I don't remember falling asleep, just drifting into that half-conscious state where you're not fully gone, but not awake either. And then, I opened my eyes. I don't know what woke me, but I remember the exact moment my brain caught up to what I was seeing. There was someone standing in my doorway. Tall, still, silent. At first, I thought it was Nadia, but something was wrong. The shape was too big, too solid. Then my eyes adjusted, and I saw the boots. My entire body went cold. I didn't want to look up. I didn't want to confirm it, but I did. It was him, standing there, watching me. I couldn't move. My chest locked. My hands started shaking so badly I could hear the sheets rustling. And then I screamed. Not just a yell, full panic. I threw the blanket over my head like that would protect me from anything, like a child hiding from something they don't understand. The light snapped on. he was gone. Nadia rushed in, asking what happened. I could barely speak. I just kept repeating the same thing, that he was there, in the doorway. She kept telling me it had to be the drugs, that I was still coming down, that my brain was playing tricks on me. And I wanted to believe her, I really did. But it didn't feel like a dream. It felt real. Too real. We stayed up most of the night after that, lights on, talking about anything normal just to calm him down. Eventually, somehow, we fell asleep. What I saw the next morning is something I'll never forget. Nadia was shaking me awake, her voice panicked. I sat up and followed her stare. There were muddy footprints on the floor, starting from the front of the house, leading down the hallway, stopping right at my bedroom door, exactly where he had been standing, and then turning around, walking back out. My stomach dropped so hard it felt like I might throw up. This wasn't in my head. Someone had been inside. We packed in silence. No shower, no food, just throwing everything into bags as fast as we could. Every second inside that place felt wrong. We left and never looked back. But the part that still haunts me isn't just that someone got in. It's how. How did he know where we were staying? Did he follow us? Was he watching longer than I realized? Or was he already there before we even came back? I still check my doorway every night before I sleep, and sometimes I swear I can still feel someone standing there.